4 million years ago, dense forests covered parts of Africa. These forests provided a habitat for early hominins. The dense forest environment offered shelter and resources for early hominin survival. The forest's ecosystem supported the dietary needs of early hominins. The forest floor's rich vegetation provides a diverse food source. Primates benefit from the varied food available on the forest floor. Diverse vegetation supports a complex food web. The forest floor is a critical habitat for many species. Nutrient cycling in the forest floor enriches the soil. Forest floor vegetation provides essential resources for primates. Early hominins spent considerable time in trees, utilizing grasping hands and feet. Grasping hands and feet aided navigation through the forest canopy. Arboreal locomotion was crucial for early hominin survival and resource acquisition. The canopy provided both refuge and access to food sources for early hominins. Climate change led to the thinning of forests. The thinning of forests resulted in a mosaic landscape. A mosaic landscape is characterized by a mix of woodland and grassland. The mosaic landscape represents a transitional ecological state. Transition zones presented new environmental conditions for early hominins. These zones required early hominins to adapt to more open environments. Adaptation to new environments presented both challenges and opportunities. Open environments necessitated changes in hominin behavior and social structure. Tool use became more critical for survival in the transition zone. The transition zone facilitated the expansion and diversification of early hominin species. Decreased rainfall, a consequence of climate change, leads to significant environmental shifts. Forests shrink due to reduced water availability, impacting biodiversity and carbon sequestration. Grasslands expand as drier conditions favor drought-resistant plant species. The transition from forest to grassland alters ecosystems and affects regional climate patterns. Desert encroachment is the process where desert areas expand into previously vegetated lands. This expansion leads to the alteration of the original landscape and ecosystem. Deforestation contributes to desert encroachment by removing vegetation that stabilizes the soil. The loss of forests reduces rainfall and increases surface temperatures, accelerating desertification. Desert encroachment transforms forested areas into arid landscapes, impacting regional climates and biodiversity. The emergence of open savannas created new ecological opportunities. Hominins adapted to the drier conditions of the open savanna. Open savannas provided new ecological niches for hominins. Adaptation to drier conditions was crucial for hominin survival in the savanna. The savanna environment fostered the development of unique hominin traits. The open savanna presented both challenges and opportunities for early hominins. Limited availability of food and water in open environments intensifies competition among organisms. Scarcity drives organisms to compete for essential resources necessary for survival and reproduction. Competition for resources can lead to various survival strategies and adaptations. Increased competition can result in population decline or migration to areas with more abundant resources. Resource scarcity and competition are fundamental drivers of natural selection and evolutionary change. Increased exposure to direct sunlight significantly influenced hominin physiology. Open environments resulted in greater exposure to direct sunlight. Direct sunlight exposure affects vitamin D synthesis in hominin skin. Melanin production in skin increases as a protective response to higher UV radiation. Changes in hominin physiology were driven by environmental shifts to open habitats. Hominin adaptation to increased sunlight involved physiological and genetic changes. Savanna environments provided less natural cover compared to forested areas. Reduced cover in savannas increased the vulnerability of early hominins to predators. The lack of concealment made early hominins more susceptible to visual detection by predators. Increased predation risk was a significant environmental challenge for early hominins adapting to savanna life. Environmental changes prompted hominins to adapt their diets. Dietary adaptation involved incorporating more grasses into their food sources. The inclusion of seeds also became a significant part of hominin diets. These dietary shifts were crucial for hominin survival in changing environments. Bipedalism provided early hominins with a significant advantage in open savanna environments. Standing upright allowed hominins to see over tall grasses, improving their ability to spot predators and prey. Bipedal locomotion is more energy efficient than quadrupedal movement for long distances on open terrain. Conserving energy through bipedalism increased hominins' endurance for hunting and migration. The transition to bipedalism represents a key adaptation to the changing environments faced by early hominins. The development of early tool use may have been driven by the need to access new food sources. Early tools aided in accessing previously unreachable food sources, enhancing survival. Defense against predators was another significant factor, promoting the creation and use of early tools. Tools provided early humans with a means to protect themselves from threats, increasing their chances of survival. The dual pressures of food acquisition and predator defense likely accelerated the evolution of tool use. Open environments may have favored the evolution of larger social groups. Larger social groups can provide enhanced protection against predators. Increased group size facilitates more efficient resource acquisition. Cooperative hunting strategies become more viable with larger group sizes. Larger groups may offer improved defense of territory and resources. Climate change exerted environmental pressure on early hominins. Resource scarcity created environmental pressure on early hominins. Increased predation exerted environmental pressure on early hominins. The combination of these factors significantly impacted early hominin survival. Environmental pressures can drive the evolutionary divergence of species. Divergence leads to the development of new species with distinct adaptations. Hominin evolution was influenced by various environmental pressures, resulting in diverse adaptations. These evolutionary pressures contributed to the emergence of new hominin species. Fossil discoveries in East Africa offer evidence of hominin species. These hominin species existed during a period of significant environmental change. Fossil evidence provides insights into the evolution and adaptation of early humans. The geological layers in East Africa preserve a chronological record of hominin evolution. Analysis of fossil remains reveals information about diet, behavior, and social structures of early hominins. Geological layers provide a visual record of environmental changes over vast timescales. The transition from forested to grassland environments is evident in the changing composition of geological strata. Pollen records within the layers offer detailed insights into past vegetation and climate. The study of geological layers reveals the dynamic nature of Earth's ecosystems over millions of years. Skeletal structures of early hominins show adaptations to bipedalism. Adaptations in early hominin skeletons facilitated terrestrial life. Comparative analysis reveals evolutionary changes in hominin skeletal morphology. The hominin skeletal structure reflects a transition from arboreal to terrestrial environments. Scientists reconstruct ancient habitats using fossil evidence. Geological data provides crucial context for understanding past environments. Reconstructed habitats offer insights into ancient ecosystems and species interactions. Habitat reconstruction combines paleontological and geological findings to create accurate models of the past. Pollen analysis reveals the types of vegetation present in past environments. Analyzing pollen samples provides insights into historical climate conditions and ecological changes. Pollen grains are extracted from soil samples and identified under a microscope to determine plant species. The distribution and abundance of pollen reflect past vegetation patterns and environmental conditions. Pollen analysis is a valuable tool for reconstructing past environments and understanding long-term ecological trends. Isotope analysis of fossil teeth provides insights into the diets of early hominins. Different isotopes in fossil teeth reflect the types of plants consumed by hominins. Carbon isotope ratios differentiate between C3 and C4 plant consumption in hominin diets. Oxygen isotope analysis reveals information about the climate and water sources available to early hominins. Combining carbon and oxygen isotope data provides a comprehensive understanding of hominin dietary ecology. Climate models enable scientists to analyze historical climate patterns spanning millions of years. These models simulate past climate conditions to improve understanding of long-term climate change. By simulating past climates, scientists can validate and refine the accuracy of current climate models. Analyzing past climate data helps to identify patterns and trends in Earth's climate system. Understanding past climate change enhances the ability to predict future climate scenarios. Climate modeling provides insights into the long-term effects of natural and anthropogenic factors on the Earth's climate. Computer simulations recreate environmental conditions faced by early hominins. These simulations allow researchers to study hominin behavior and adaptation in various ancient environments. Simulations provide insights into how climate change and resource availability impacted early human evolution. By modeling past environments, scientists can better understand the challenges and adaptations of our ancestors. Adaptive radiation is the diversification of a species into multiple forms to exploit different ecological niches. Hominin species diversification reflects adaptive radiation in response to new environmental opportunities. Environmental changes drive adaptive radiation by creating new selective pressures. Adaptive radiation leads to a variety of specialized traits that enhance survival and reproduction in specific environments. Environmental changes presented adaptive challenges to hominin species. Successful adaptation allowed some hominin species to persist through environmental changes. Extinction occurred when hominin species failed to adapt to new environmental conditions. Adaptive traits, such as tool use and social structures, played a crucial role in survival. Species persistence or extinction depended on the ability to evolve and adapt to environmental pressures. Modern humans are linked to early hominin ancestors through lineage. Tracing the lineage reveals evolutionary relationships and shared characteristics. Genetic analysis provides evidence supporting the lineage of modern humans from early hominins. Fossil records offer physical evidence of the evolutionary path from hominins to modern humans. The study of hominin lineage helps understand human origins and adaptation. Genetic studies offer valuable insights into the evolutionary relationships among different hominin species. DNA analysis helps determine the degree of relatedness between hominin species. Phylogenetic trees constructed from genetic data illustrate the evolutionary history and divergence of hominins. Genetic evidence supports the theory of common ancestry among hominin species. Comparisons of mitochondrial DNA provide insights into maternal lineages and migration patterns of hominins. Genome sequencing allows for precise identification of genetic variations that distinguish hominin species. Hominin fossil distribution reveals their past habitats and migration routes. Fossil locations provide evidence of hominin adaptation to diverse environments. Geographic distribution patterns help trace the evolutionary history of hominins. Analysis of fossil distribution aids in understanding hominin dispersal and population dynamics. Each hominin species occupied a specific ecological niche. An ecological niche is defined by a species' diet. Habitat is a key component of an ecological niche. Behavior also shapes a species' ecological niche. Diet, habitat, and behavior collectively define a species' role in its ecosystem. Ecological niches reduce competition between species. Competition between hominin species could result in the exclusion of some from specific territories. Competitive exclusion occurs when one species outcompetes another for limited resources, leading to the latter's displacement. Resource scarcity is a primary driver of competitive exclusion among hominin populations. Superior adaptation to the environment provides a competitive advantage, influencing species survival. Territorial dominance can lead to the exclusion of less dominant hominin groups. Exclusion may result in migration, extinction, or adaptation to different ecological niches. Resource partitioning is a process where different species utilize resources in different ways. This reduces direct competition between species and allows for coexistence. Hominin species may have partitioned resources to survive in shared environments. Partitioning can occur through dietary specialization. Spatial separation is another form of resource partitioning. Temporal partitioning involves using resources at different times. Behavioral adaptations played a crucial role in hominin survival. Tool use is a key behavioral adaptation that enhanced hunting and resource acquisition. Social cooperation enabled hominins to hunt larger prey and defend against predators. Cooperative behavior also extended to sharing resources within the group. These adaptations increased the chances of survival and reproduction for hominin groups. Behavioral flexibility allowed hominins to adapt to changing environmental conditions. Environmental changes may have been a key driver in the cognitive evolution of early hominins. Adapting to new environments demanded enhanced problem-solving and decision-making skills. Cognitive development enabled early hominins to navigate and exploit new resources effectively. The need to survive in changing environments fostered innovation and social learning among early hominins. Hominin brain size increased over time, reflecting the growing complexity of their lives. The increase in brain size correlates with advancements in tool use and social structures. Larger brain size facilitated enhanced problem-solving and communication skills. The development of the prefrontal cortex played a crucial role in higher-level cognitive functions. Environmental challenges and social interactions drove the selection for larger brains. This evolutionary trend demonstrates the adaptive advantage of increased cognitive capacity. Cultural transmission refers to the process by which knowledge and skills are passed down through generations. This transmission allows for rapid adaptation to new environments, enhancing survival rates. Hominins benefited from cultural transmission by learning from experienced members of their group. Cultural transmission includes the sharing of tool-making techniques, hunting strategies, and social norms. Unlike genetic adaptation, cultural transmission allows for quicker responses to environmental changes. The cumulative effect of cultural transmission leads to the development of complex societies and technologies. Social learning allows hominins to acquire new behaviors by observing others within their group. This form of learning facilitates the transmission of survival skills and technological advancements. Social learning enables the rapid adaptation and evolution of hominin societies. The ability to learn from others promotes cooperation and cultural development within hominin communities. Hominins develop tools to solve problems and improve their lives. The development of new techniques improved hominin survival rates. Innovation enabled hominins to adapt to changing environments. Tool development and technique innovation are key characteristics of hominin evolution. The mastery of fire marked a significant technological advancement for early hominins. Fire provided warmth, protection from predators, and a means to cook food. Cooked food provided more calories and nutrients, aiding brain development and overall health. The use of fire facilitated expansion into colder climates and new territories. Control over fire represents a pivotal step in the technological evolution of early humans. Early hominin activities, including hunting, influenced the surrounding environment. Gathering practices by hominins altered plant distribution and availability in local ecosystems. The cumulative effect of hunting and gathering led to changes in animal populations and plant communities. Deforestation to create settlements and clear land for early agriculture also impacted the environment. The introduction of fire for cooking and land management further contributed to environmental changes. These early environmental impacts, though localized, represent the beginning of human-induced ecological change. Hominins adapted to their environments, leading to significant ecosystem modifications. Ecosystems were altered to better suit hominin needs and survival. Environmental modifications by hominins included controlled use of fire. Selective planting and cultivation became key strategies in hominin ecosystem management. These modifications had long-lasting impacts on biodiversity and ecological balance. Hominin activities have significantly transformed landscapes over time. These activities led to the creation of new habitats. Existing habitats were altered by hominin actions. Landscape transformation impacts both flora and fauna. The long-term consequences of hominin activities are still being felt today. Deforestation, driven by early hominin settlements and agriculture, has altered ecosystems for millennia. The extinction of megafauna, partly attributed to hominin hunting, has had cascading effects on food chains and ecological balance. Soil erosion, exacerbated by early agricultural practices, continues to impact land fertility and water quality. Climate change, influenced by early hominin land use and resource consumption, presents ongoing challenges for global sustainability. Studying the past offers valuable insights into current challenges and opportunities. Historical analysis reveals patterns and trends that can inform present-day decision-making. Understanding past failures can prevent repeating mistakes in contemporary society. Historical successes provide models and strategies for addressing modern problems. The study of history fosters critical thinking and a deeper understanding of human behavior. Historical context enriches our perspective on current events and global issues. Human evolution is a multifaceted process influenced by the interplay of genes, environment, and culture. Genetic factors contribute to the heritable traits that influence human development and adaptation. Environmental pressures drive natural selection, favoring traits that enhance survival and reproduction. Cultural innovations, such as tool use and social structures, significantly impact human evolutionary trajectories. The ongoing interaction between genes, environment, and culture continues to shape human evolution. Humanity faces critical challenges in the 21st century, including climate change. Resource depletion poses a significant threat to sustainable development. Biodiversity loss is accelerating, endangering ecosystems and species. Addressing these challenges requires global cooperation and innovative solutions. Finding sustainable solutions requires a deep understanding of human evolution and environmental history. Human evolution provides insights into how societies have adapted to environmental changes over time. Environmental history reveals the long-term consequences of human actions on ecosystems and natural resources. Understanding past interactions between humans and the environment informs strategies for sustainable development. Sustainable solutions aim to balance human needs with the long-term health of the planet. By learning from the past, societies can develop more resilient and sustainable practices for the future. A global perspective is crucial for tackling contemporary challenges. Understanding global interconnections is essential for effective problem-solving. Adopting a global viewpoint enables comprehensive solutions to complex issues. Global challenges require collaborative efforts across borders and cultures. A worldwide vision promotes sustainable and equitable development for all nations. Addressing complex challenges necessitates collaborative efforts. Shared knowledge and resources amplify the potential for innovative solutions. Effective collaboration involves diverse perspectives and unified goals. Collaborative problem-solving fosters resilience and adaptability in the face of adversity. An interdisciplinary approach is crucial for comprehending the multifaceted interactions between human activities and the environment. Effective environmental stewardship requires integrating knowledge from diverse fields such as ecology, economics, and sociology. Combining ecological science with economic models allows for a comprehensive analysis of sustainable resource management. Sociological insights into human behavior are essential for implementing effective environmental policies and promoting community engagement. Scientific research informs policy decisions. Research findings provide the evidence base for effective policies. Sustainable development is guided by scientific insights. Policy decisions informed by research lead to more sustainable outcomes. The integration of scientific research is crucial for achieving long-term sustainability goals. Public education plays a vital role in enhancing awareness of environmental issues. Increased environmental awareness encourages the adoption of sustainable behaviors. Sustainable behaviors directly contribute to the improvement of environmental conditions. Educational programs in public spaces are effective tools for disseminating environmental knowledge. Community engagement strengthens the impact of environmental education initiatives. Long-term environmental sustainability depends on continuous public education and engagement. Community engagement is essential for fostering support for sustainable solutions. Active participation builds a sense of ownership and responsibility towards environmental initiatives. Open dialogue and collaborative planning ensure that sustainable solutions meet the needs of the community. Educating community members about the benefits of sustainability promotes informed decision-making. Community-led initiatives are more likely to be successful and long-lasting due to local knowledge and investment. Building trust and social cohesion strengthens the community's capacity to address environmental challenges. Policy development is essential to establish incentives for sustainable practices. Effective policies create disincentives for unsustainable practices. Incentives encourage environmentally friendly behaviors and investments. Disincentives discourage activities that harm the environment. The combination of incentives and disincentives promotes a shift towards sustainability. Technological innovation offers new tools for addressing environmental challenges. Advanced monitoring systems provide real-time environmental data for informed decision-making. Innovative material science develops eco-friendly alternatives to traditional pollutants. Renewable energy technologies offer sustainable alternatives to fossil fuels. Precision agriculture utilizes data-driven insights to optimize resource use and minimize environmental impact. Carbon capture technologies aim to reduce atmospheric carbon dioxide levels. Conservation efforts are essential for protecting biodiversity. Preserving natural ecosystems is a key goal of conservation. Effective conservation helps maintain ecological balance and stability. Protecting habitats is crucial for the survival of numerous species. Restoration projects aim to repair damaged ecosystems. Ecological restoration focuses on reinstating the natural functions of an ecosystem. Restoration efforts can involve reintroducing native species to an area. Removing invasive species is often a crucial step in ecosystem restoration. Successful restoration enhances biodiversity and ecosystem resilience. Sustainable agriculture aims to reduce the environmental impact of food production. Sustainable practices minimize the use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. These practices promote soil health and water conservation. Sustainable agriculture enhances biodiversity and ecosystem services. Renewable energy sources offer clean and sustainable alternatives to fossil fuels. Solar energy harnesses sunlight through photovoltaic cells to generate electricity. Wind energy converts kinetic energy from wind into electricity using wind turbines. Hydroelectric power utilizes the potential energy of water stored at height to generate electricity. Geothermal energy taps into the Earth's internal heat to produce electricity and heat. Energy efficiency measures reduce overall energy consumption. Lowering energy consumption contributes to the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. Energy-efficient appliances and building designs minimize wasted energy. Improved insulation in buildings reduces heat loss during winter and heat gain during summer. Efficient lighting systems, such as LEDs, use significantly less energy than traditional incandescent bulbs. Smart thermostats and energy management systems optimize energy usage based on occupancy and environmental conditions. Waste reduction strategies minimize pollution. Waste reduction strategies conserve resources. Minimizing waste involves reducing the amount of materials used. Reusing items extends their lifespan and reduces the need for new production. Recycling transforms waste materials into new products. Effective waste reduction requires a combination of strategies. Recycling programs recover valuable materials from waste streams. Recycling reduces the amount of waste sent to landfills. Recovered materials are processed and transformed into new products. Recycling programs contribute to resource conservation and environmental sustainability. Sustainable transportation options can reduce air pollution. Sustainable transportation options can reduce traffic congestion. Bicycles are a sustainable transportation option. Electric vehicles are a sustainable transportation option. Public transportation is a sustainable transportation option. Combining sustainable transportation options maximizes benefits. Green building design focuses on creating energy-efficient structures. Environmentally friendly buildings minimize their impact on the natural environment. Energy efficiency is a key component of green building design. Green buildings utilize sustainable materials to reduce environmental footprint. The integration of renewable energy sources enhances the sustainability of green buildings. Water conservation protects water resources, ensuring availability for future generations. Effective water conservation involves reducing water usage and minimizing waste. Implementing water conservation measures helps maintain ecological balance and biodiversity. Water conservation strategies include efficient irrigation, rainwater harvesting, and responsible water management. Sustainable forest management maintains forest health. Sustainable forest management maintains forest biodiversity. Forest health and biodiversity are interconnected components of a sustainable ecosystem. Implementing sustainable practices ensures long-term forest health and biodiversity. Coastal protection measures mitigate the impacts of sea level rise. These measures protect coastal communities and infrastructure. Protection strategies include both natural and artificial barriers. Natural barriers like mangrove forests absorb wave energy. Artificial barriers such as seawalls physically block waves. Effective coastal protection requires integrated strategies. Climate adaptation strategies enable communities to prepare for the effects of climate change. These strategies aim to minimize negative impacts and maximize potential opportunities in a changing climate. Effective adaptation enhances resilience and reduces vulnerability to climate-related hazards. Adaptation measures can involve physical infrastructure, policy changes, and community engagement. Successful climate adaptation requires collaboration between governments, organizations, and local communities. Mitigation efforts aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Reduced greenhouse gas emissions can slow the pace of climate change. Strategies for mitigation include renewable energy adoption and improved energy efficiency. Effective mitigation strategies contribute to a more sustainable future. Global cooperation is essential for addressing climate change. International agreements and collaborative projects are key mechanisms for mitigating climate change. Environmental degradation requires coordinated global strategies for effective solutions. Sharing resources and technologies promotes sustainable development worldwide. Joint research and development initiatives accelerate the discovery of innovative solutions. Global cooperation fosters a unified approach to protecting shared resources. Individual actions significantly contribute to promoting sustainability and protecting the environment. Reducing waste is a key individual action that supports environmental sustainability. Conserving energy through simple daily habits helps reduce carbon footprint. Adopting sustainable transportation options minimizes environmental impact. Protecting the environment is a responsibility to future generations. Environmental stewardship ensures resources are available for those who come after us. Sustainable practices are crucial for maintaining a healthy planet for future inhabitants. The well-being of future societies depends on the environmental choices made today. Preservation of natural resources guarantees a stable and thriving world for future communities. A commitment to environmental protection is an investment in the prosperity of future societies. Reasons exist to maintain optimism for a sustainable future despite current challenges. Technological innovations offer potential solutions for environmental sustainability. Global cooperation and policy changes are crucial for achieving long-term sustainability goals. Individual actions, such as reducing consumption and adopting eco-friendly practices, contribute to a more sustainable world. Environmental protection requires immediate and comprehensive action. Building a sustainable future ensures resources are available for future generations. Sustainable practices involve reducing carbon emissions and promoting renewable energy sources. Protecting biodiversity is crucial for maintaining ecosystem health and stability. Individual actions, such as reducing waste and conserving water, contribute to global sustainability. Collective efforts and policy changes are essential for achieving long-term environmental goals. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be updated for more videos.